Hello, assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to El Citra Essentials. My name is Balkisa Ali. You're highly welcome back to my Ramadan series. And in this episode, we are going to be doing grocery shopping, preparing for Ramadan in the kitchen. Basically, everything about kitchen is what we are going to be discussing in this video, and I am going to be showing you what I do look forward to buying for Ramadan to prep my kitchen, because there's a lot of things, there is a lot of food prep that if we don't do them ahead of time, they're going to consume a lot of our time in the kitchen, especially when it comes to the small chops, when it comes to things like samosa, the spring rolls, peeling up potatoes, chopping up onions, grating and grinding bell peppers and stuff like that. There are a lot of things that take our time, but if we do prep ahead of time and keep them in the fridge or in the freezer, the most thing that consume our time is the meat, because any soup or any appetizer or any food that you're going to cook with meat, if you have to get that meat at that time and you have to cut that meat and you have to marinate that thing and you have to cook it, it's going to take a lot of time and consume a lot of energy from us. We need to preserve ourselves, we need to preserve our time so we can focus on the ibadah that is more essential for the day in Ramadan. So without further ado, let's get into this video and let's see how I do prep my kitchen and how I do my grocery and how I utilize my time during Ramadan. So let's get into this video right now. I just wanted to let you know that I will be showing you some clips from my last year Ramadan preparation, because I didn't want to waste time to give you this video, to put out this video to do. I didn't want to waste time to do everything from scratch, so I put on some clips from last year's video that I made about preparing Ramadan and the things that I did this year to prepare for Ramadan, because I still have more time to prepare for Ramadan and I don't want you to waste time in preparing yours. So let's get into this video right now. Let's start with the first item that I look forward to, or that I do buy to prep for my kitchen for Ramadan. Ziplocs are essential in your kitchen, especially if you're making a prep for anything, for any kind of prep for Ramadan. Here are the Ziplocs I just got from a store, and I have the bigger ones. I have the ones that you can put like fruits, they are more like a standing pouch, and I have the smaller ones. So my first item that I bought and I wanted to start working on and start freezing is my red bell peppers. And here I am just washing it and taking out any kind of dust from the grocery store, and I'm going to be working on it. So I am going to just cut it and I will show you how I process mine and how I am going to package everything. I save it. So in my food processor, I just process my red bell peppers, and I'm going to be doing it in batches until I'm done with the entire big bag that I bought. And here I have some tomatoes that I'm also going to blend, and I'm going to add it into the bell peppers. As you can see, it's only one batch of tomatoes, and the last batch I'm going to be blending is my scotch bonnet. I'm going to be also blending together with some ginger and garlic, and then add everything together so I can have like more of a mixed kind of red bell peppers and chili garlic paste and stuff. So after everything is mixed together, I have my smaller Ziplocs here, and I'm just going to be scooping, and I'm going to be putting in just the amount, the kind of quantity I think I'll be needing based on my family size. Based on your family size, you can also do the same, thinking about how much you're going to be using at a time. So I'm just going to be putting everything inside until I'm all done, and this is how I'm just going to place them in the freezer in order for me to save my freezer space, because if they are more of a standing, it's going to consume a lot of space. So the next on my list is my
frozen
vegetables.
If you so for my vegetables, as I told you earlier in the video, I'm just going to be scooping them also into batches based on how I'm going to be using them.
And so the next on my list is going to be my meat. Now I'm going to be prepping my meat, and starting on this video we are going to be working on beef. So I have about, I cannot remember how many pounds of beef this is, but I know it's a lot of beef. Probably until the end of Ramadan we will still have leftover of beefs because I don't eat it much of it. But I know we'll be having guests. So what I'm doing right now is just to marinate everything so that if I want to boil it or fry it, it's already good to go. So I added curry powder, I added chicken seasoning, I added ginger garlic paste, I added vegetable oil, I also added salt, and now I'm going to be mixing everything. These are just some basic, marination for meat. I don't remember if I added thyme, but if you like thyme, you can add thyme and black peppers as well, just to have everything goes into the meat so that by the time you're ready to use it, it's ready to go. There is no need for cutting, there is no need for any marination, and this is how I put it into batches, into ziplocs, and now it's time for it to go into the freezer. And then our second item is going to be our chicken. So I have about 4 pieces of full chickens there. I'm going to be cutting everything into pieces. This was not pre-cut from the store. The beef I had it cut from the store, but this was bought from Costco. It is Zaviha halal chicken. So usually it just comes like this in the bag. It's not pre-cut, so I would be the one to do that. So it is better for me to do it right now that it is not Ramadan, so it doesn't take much of my time during Ramadan. So I'm just going to work on it. Let's do that. So the chicken is already clean, but for my own consciousness, I just cannot just start cutting it without washing it again. So what I'm going to be doing is just to soak it into water and just bat it all over, and then I will start cutting it into pieces. I'm going to be doing that to all the 4 pieces of the full chicken, and I will start working or cutting it. Let's do that. Okay, because the chicken is still wet, I had to pat it with some paper towel and then start cutting. And now I'm done cutting it. What I'm going to do is exactly what I did with the beef. I'm going to do the basic marination, which is chicken seasoning, salt, ginger garlic paste, some curry. You can actually add all the spices that you wish to use on your meat. I also added chili pepper, and I added some vegetable oil. So I'm going to be mixing everything just like I did with the beef, and I'm going to put it into batches into the ziplocs as well. And this is the final result of the chicken. It is already marinated. Imagine I can just throw it into the air fryer and fry it. I can just put it to boil. I can just add it into making stew or any sauce. It already has seasoning on it. So imagine doing this, and it is Ramadan. It's going to save you a lot of time. And this chicken that I have right here mostly is the white chicken, which is the breast. I'm going to marinate it into more like yogurt marination, and I'm going to be having some guests over, so I'm going to be making the chicken later. I will be marinating it overnight, and then I'm going to grill it in the oven. So this is another marination you can also do with your meat, or maybe you can divide it into 2 if you want to do a different marination.
Usually what I do is just to buy my meat, not too much, but just in batches also. So I will be working on them at least maybe 2 weeks before Ramadan. Each time I go to grocery, I buy either chicken or beef or lamb or fish, and I will be making them into this kind of batches, and I will be saving them in my freezer. So what I did with my drumsticks is just to save them like that, in case if I just want to grill them in the oven, I will just take them out and marinate, and then for the other part of the meat, I can be making soup. Yeah, so our next item is going to be fries. And fries, ready-made cut fries, it is so important because you actually can just throw this into the air fryer or into your oven while you're still doing other stuff in the kitchen. My children love fries. They love everything crunchy. My family also love fries, so this is the brand we usually buy from Costco. It is really, really, really great. I love this brand. So, and our next item is samosa sheets. So both samosa and spring roll sheets are really amazing in the kitchen because it makes your life so much easier, and you can make small chops in no time. Like how you just make your minced meat, add your vegetables, add your spices, and you have your wraps to just wrap it and move on. So there is no better option than to have this. And if you are too busy, you don't even have to buy the wraps. You can actually just order the ready to go, or just buy the options in the store. They have vegetables. They also have halal ones in the stores. Samosa, spring rolls. You can buy halal chicken one or the meat one. Like this container here is a good size. And the next item I do buy is tortilla wraps. I love tortillas because it is so easy to make sahur, and it is so easy to make like a really fast iftar meal with it. And my next item is going to be hot chili paste. I love, love, love hot chili paste for making easy and fast sauce in the kitchen. So if you can get one of these, you can explore and find any brand that you want. And next items is the tomato paste. Tomato paste is as well essential, just like the chili paste. And this is the kind of brand of tomato sauce that I also use. This one is more like a spaghetti or pasta sauce, so you can actually make stew with this kind of tomato sauce. I use the classical. It is really nice. I love the roasted garlic one. I also love the sweet basil marinade. They have different options. I think they have about maybe 6 to 7 flavors. I always buy different flavors just to explore. I think there is even one that has cheese on it. So if you have kids and they love cheese, you can try that for them, maybe to make mac and cheese for them. Yeah. So, and our next item is ginger garlic paste. As you have seen previously, I have used this to marinate all my meat. I don't joke with this because it's a lifesaver. So, and then our next item is going to be frozen spinach. Instead of buying the fresh one, I always buy the frozen. And next item is going to be peeled beans. Peeled beans, if you are making kosei or akara as you call it in your language, this is going to be a lifesaver for you this Ramadan, as it's going to reduce your time in half or even more than that. Yes, and if you can, please try and invest into air fryer. It helps with reducing consumption of oil into the frying. Also, if you can, get a food processor, because it also helped me so much in all these previous Ramadans that we have did. Food processor is also a lifesaver in Ramadan.
Thank you so much everyone for joining me on this video, and I'm so happy, I'm so honored to be here to discuss about everything that I do for my kitchen. You have seen the things that I buy for kitchen. You have seen how I prep, especially my meat, how I prep my you can actually do a lot more, because your grocery and my grocery may be different. The recipes you're cooking and the recipes I'm cooking might be different. These are not the only things things that I might require during Ramadan, but these are essentials for me. These are basics, these are foundation of my cooking. So I needed all these things. I needed, if you cannot prep things, just buy ready to go. Ramadan is only 1 month. We cannot waste those 30 days standing up in the kitchen and cooking without focusing on the ibadah. So I hope this video has come handy for most of we that we don't do Ramadan prep, and for some of us that just we are cooking all the time, having guests all the time, and we are so exhausted and we're so tired during Ramadan that we're not having enough time to do ibadah. So I hope this is going to help for you guys to do your prep ahead of time, inshallah. Allahumma ballagna Ramadan Mubarak in advance, and I will see you in my next video, which is going to be about spiritual connection or spiritual preparation for your Ramadan, inshallah. So thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Bye.